The hotel room nobody opened for 27 years until one day, for nearly 3 decades, room 307 sat at the end of a forgotten hallway inside the Ashcroft Hotel. The hotel itself had once been one of the busiest places in the city, welcoming travelers from all over the country. But after a series of financial problems, it slowly emptied. Guests stopped coming, employees left. Eventually, the doors were locked forever. The building remained untouched for 27 years. Developers bought the property several times, but every renovation project was cancelled before it even started. Locals whispered strange stories about the hotel, but nobody could agree on what was true. Some claimed they heard footsteps at night. Others said lights occasionally appeared in the upper windows, even though the building had no electricity. There was one detail everyone agreed on. Room 307 had never been opened. The master key disappeared on the day the hotel closed, and the original owner insisted that no one forced the door. After his death, nobody knew why. Years passed. Dust covered the carpets. Wallpaper peeled from the walls. Nature slowly reclaimed the building. Then one autumn morning, a demolition company finally received permission to clear the property. Workers entered the hotel, expecting nothing more than broken furniture and empty rooms. Floor after floor was exactly as expected, until they reached the third floor. At the very end of the hallway stood room 307. Unlike every other door, it looked almost untouched. No scratches, no broken handle, no signs of forced entry, only a thin layer of dust. One worker joked that maybe someone had been secretly living inside for years. Everyone laughed. Then they cut the old lock. The door slowly opened. The room was perfectly clean. The bed was made. Fresh white sheets covered the mattress. A small lamp sat beside the bed. An untouched glass of water rested on the nightstand. Even stranger, the air inside didn't smell old. It smelled fresh, as if someone had opened the windows that very morning. The workers stood frozen. How could a sealed room remain untouched for 27 years? Then they noticed something on the desk. A leather notebook. The pages were filled with neat handwriting. The first entry was dated May 14th, 1996. It described an ordinary business trip. Nothing unusual. The following pages continued day by day. Each entry became stranger than the last. The writer claimed that every night, exactly at 2:17 a.m., someone knocked 3 times on the door. Every single night. When he looked through the peephole, nobody was there. He ignored it at first, but the knocking continued. 3 knocks every night, always at exactly the same time. 1 week later, he wrote that he finally opened the door after hearing the knocking again. The hallway was empty, completely silent. As he stepped outside, he noticed something impossible. The hallway no longer looked like the hotel he remembered. The wallpaper was newer. The lights were brighter. Voices echoed from downstairs. People laughed in the lobby. The hotel was alive again. Confused, he walked toward the elevator. Guests smiled at him as if nothing was wrong. When he asked what year it was, everyone stared at him in silence. The notebook ended with one final sentence. I don't think the hallway leads back anymore. There were no more pages, no signature, no personal information, no record of anyone officially staying in room 307 during that week. The demolition crew searched the room one last time. Nothing else. No hidden passage, no secret exit, no explanation. The hotel was demolished 2 days later. Today, a parking garage stands where the Ashcroft Hotel once existed. Most people have never heard of Room 307, but workers who were there still refuse to talk about what they found. Some mysteries aren't frightening because of what they reveal. They're frightening because they never reveal enough. Some stories disappear into the dark. Others wait for someone willing to listen. Welcome to the Dark Ledger.